Hello, I'm Jashykins, and welcome to Poor Lighting and my review of the Continuum episode, Matter of Time. Now, this episode dealt with a murder, and it turns out Libre might be connected to it. Though at the end it seems that one of the professor's colleagues murdered him and, took his shit. And this leads to something which I thought was one of the better scenes of this series, and trust me, this series is fucking awesome, was when Alec appears in Kiara's bedroom and through the conversation ends up saying that Kiara is playing God just like Libre is, and it's disgusting, but I'm sort of for Kiara just because she's trying to keep time the same. She's trying to make sure things don't get out of sync. And Libre's trying to fuck that shit up. But of course, another thing we have to look at is the fact that what the future means if everything happens as is, how it's supposed to, or how it happened last time, I should say. And it's the future that Kiara comes from is not perfect, it's not good, and personally I think Liberate has some good ideas, the future shouldn't be like how it is, that things should be changed. However, how Liberate goes after it, not very good. I don't believe in killing innocents, so when you have a terrorist organization that has a good concept but kills lots of people, slight problem. So yeah, I love that conversation at the end, and how the end of the episode just ended with Kiara staring like, well, sort of like that she was thinking, and her thoughts weren't leading her along a merry path, like, maybe I'm wrong, maybe this isn't how I'm supposed to do it. And in this episode, it's brought up, since last episode, Kiara's suit got, messed up, that Kiara's suit was still messed up this episode, and at the end of the episode, the reason why Alec was there was to help fix it. And so, at different points in this episode, she's turning off her tech. Just throughout some of the episode, you're sort of wondering why, and, personally hoping that she's trying to trust her guts like Carlos said. Turns out at the end, though, she's like, I have to look at the possibility that this tech will go away, that I will never, ever be able to use this again, and how I used to work might not be the way I can in the future. And then, she later says that, but I enjoyed it. It seems that even though the tech is really awesome and cool and really helps her out, being human sort of overrides that drive. So I like that. And of course, Carlos and Kiara are having a nice little relationship. He's suspicious of her. He knows, I can't trust this woman. I don't know what she knows. I don't know what her end goals are. This is not smart, but I'm attracted to her anyways. And that's sort of shown by glances every now and again that they give to each other, how they joke around. And I really don't know where Kiara stands, but I think she likes it. But at the same time, as she said in the beginning, her end goal is to go to the future, to go back to her child and husband. So she has a life in the future. I think that's really the reason why she wouldn't really be game with Carlos. But hey, things change, and she might decide that, hey, I ain't getting back to the future. This living in the past is where I'm going to be till the future arrives. So, yeah, I should stay back here. I should form a life, a relationship. And I think that's the reason why, though. I sort of like how her and Alex interact more. I I kind of buy them more as a pairing, even though their ages are vastly different, just because Alec was the one who she talked to first coming back. He's the one that knows her the best in this point in time. So yeah, I think, Alec would be a better fit, but I just see more romantic gestures between her and Carlos, so, her and Alec. In this episode of course in this episode, anyways, in this episode, the whole leader of Liberate actually arrives back in time, and Kagami, I think. Sorry, I'm really fucking bad at that. And he arrives back in time, and so Kiara's, of course, worried because she knows, hey, the leader is getting back. The fucking leader is getting back, so shit will really start to hit the fan once this happens. We have to stop it. But Kagami ends up stopping Kiara by having, his little gang say, hey, I will kill this baby if you don't, give up Kagami now. And usually when this happens, like in a movie or a show, and shit's going to happen, just take the person, do whatever. But, at this episode, it was a fucking baby. This baby has not lived its life, has not made mistakes, hasn't learned and loved or whatever. So, I was just like, it's a fucking baby. They can't kill a baby. Even though I think that babies look fucking creepy like aliens. It's like, you can't kill that. And so I was actually hoping that, Kiara takes the baby. And that usually never happens, just because, in these shows it's usually a more adult person. So yeah. Let's see, what else nothing. Well, remember earlier when I was talking about how there's then conversation between Alec and Kiara about Kiara playing God like Liberate? It was because she allowed the woman to get away, but that was because the woman in question uses the guy's work that she murdered to actually do good, and that Kiara's like, everyone in the future knows about her. She has to survive. So yeah, it's really sort of confusing. It's like, there's this good, but she murdered someone, and it's just like, should the future really be what it is? Should Kiara really be aiming for keeping the future that's not a good future at all? Or should she be trying to change it for the better, but with more subtlety than, Liberate is doing? If you would, put your opinions down below, because I'd really, really like to know them, because this seems to be a nice little debate topic. Anyways, the Continuum episode, Matter of Time. This series keeps on showing how awesome it is. I know those in Canada are waiting for the second season to start. I'm not sure when the second season in Canada starts, but us in America, we're only in the first season, and you Canadians, awesome for creating this show. Anyways, I have been Jashykins, owner at jashykins.blogspot.com. If you want to contact me for whatever reason, say, I don't know, maybe just to talk, to chat, to say how you came into knowing about Continuum, who your favorite characters are, maybe if you prefer Kiara being with Alec or Carlos, you know, you can contact me on Facebook at facebook.com/JashykInsFanpage or on Twitter at JashykInsNA. If you're watching this on the YouTube, subscribe, like, comment, yada yada. If you're viewing this on my blog, thank you just for watching. And hey, you know what? Now that you're here, you can leave a comment, you can share, and you can look around my lovely blog. And yay! And I can't wait till next week to see what happens next in Continuum, because this show is fucking awesome. And until next video, goodbye.